I heard 6 cores is all you need for gaming. You ready? So Lord comes in with an interesting comment. I don't know that it's really a question so much, but I want to use it to talk about cores because...
Hello and welcome to Byte Size Tech. I'm your host Rogue, and today a word from our sponsor Crypto.com, home of the Visa card that pays up to 8% in rewards and the app that pays you up to 14% annually on your crypto stake. Join more than 10 million users on the world's fastest growing crypto app as you trade with confidence on the world's fastest and most secure crypto exchange. Tech has more information and a special sign up offer at the end of this video.
How much CPU that you need is an interesting topic. Now, we've made many videos about this. We've made many Byte Size Techs about this. It's been an ongoing conversation over the months. I do want to clarify something before I show this comment here on the screen. And that is how much CPU, how much GPU, how much tool you need depends upon the job you're doing. I'm going to give you a really simple analogy.
Okay, go.
If you want to make a couple of small holes in your backyard to put a couple of flowers from the local nursery in, you might need a small spade or a small shovel.
Right.
A backhoe would be a little ridiculous. If you want to put a pool in your backyard, an in-ground pool, a little spade or shovel is not going to do anything. You need to go get a backhoe. So it's the right tool for the job.
Correct.
The truth of the matter is a 4-core, 8-thread i3 10100 actually would meet a lot of users' needs. There are some people out there who only play League of Legends, they only play CSGO, they only play Rainbow Six Siege, they only play Fortnite. And honestly, while more computer is always nice, an i3 10100 will kind of do all of that pretty well, with Fortnite being the only questionable one because they keep bloating the game. But at least the game as it existed 2 years ago ran just fine on that. It's gotten a bit bloated. But the thing is, there's tons of people to whom 4 cores is all you need.
True.
And then there's people who have one monitor and they play 3 to 5 year old games. They play indie games. They play Terraria. They play Defense Grid Awakening. They don't play Cyberpunk. You know what? 6 cores is in fact all that person needs for gaming. You don't need more. And then there's people who want to play Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Battlefield 2042, Call of Duty, Cyberpunk, etc. There's a limit to how much you should buy. I mean, a Threadripper is overkill, but Ryzen 9s and i9s are not dumb, they're not a waste, and they will get used. And I think that level of nuance is often lost.
Well, it's not only the game, but it's also the monitor that you're running. Because a 4K 144Hz monitor is going to need more than a 1080p 60Hz monitor.
Sure, and I would hope somebody with a 4K monitor is not on 4 cores. You would think those two. But you know what? I constantly see people every day. I see people who put an RTX 3090 on a Ryzen 5 3600X. I've lost track of the number of people who, well, but the cores don't matter. I'm playing at 4K. Yeah, dude, replace your CPU. You'll discover you're wrong. Well, yeah, but my graphics card utilization says it's at 100%, so more CPU won't help me. I'm sure you think so. You'd be wrong. Well, how do you know? Because I've used them all, and you haven't, and you'd be wrong. But the benchmark graphs, you know what? Not everything on a computer is about an FPS chart. Not everything is about your average FPS. Not everything is about what score you get when you run a built-in benchmark. There's a lot more with frame pacing, smoothness, level load times, system responsiveness, input lag with the keyboard and mouse, which are somewhat divorced depending on the game with the frame rate. There's, and of course, if you're running replay files, if you load up Call of Duty and you're just playing replay files, all you're testing is the graphics card. There's no live server interactions. There's no collision detection. There's nothing going on in the game because all it's doing is spitting frames to the GPU to simply put pretty images on the screen. So with that being said,
Lord says, upgraded from a 9900K 8-core Intel to a Ryzen 5900X 12-core. I no longer get stuttering while playing games, worth every penny, and he's got a 6800 XT GPU.
Now, a 6800 XT is a very nice graphics card, similar to a 3080 or 3080 Ti, and that certainly helps him see the difference. Because the more graphics card you have, the more CPU you need to keep it fed. If he had a GTX 1060 from 5 years ago, he would see less difference. So it doesn't mean he would see no difference, but he'd see less difference. So the nicer graphics card you have, definitely the better CPU, which is why people who put those on Ryzen 5 3600s are just, they don't know what they're missing. And of course, I also see comments from people who have that, and they go, but it's fine. Relative to what? Well, it plays my game. Sure. But so would less graphics card and everything else. That's like saying 1080p is fine, 1440p is unnecessary, or 720p is fine, 1080p is unnecessary, or standard def television is fine, high def TV is unnecessary, or just turning my fan on is fine, I don't need air conditioning when you live in Texas in the summer. I mean, yes, people lived in Texas before air conditioning existed. They didn't do anything in the middle of the day because you couldn't. It was too hot. I see people throw out fine. Now, if you have a 1060, if you have an RX 580, if you're very budget limited, if you have an older CPU, if you have an older GPU and you have no money to upgrade, fine, you have to live with it. But if you have RTX 3080 money or RX 6800 XT money, upgrade your CPU. Because you think it's fine. How many of these comments have we gotten where people they upgraded and went,
whoa.
Oh, that's what they were talking about.
I was just about to say, we have hundreds, thousands almost, over the last probably 8 weeks, 12 weeks? This comment is a very common comment. It's like, I upgraded. I was like, holy hell, that's better.
Why didn't anybody tell me?
We have been. Upgrade already.
And a lot of people will comment, their games do not run any faster.
But
their
everything
average frame rate
else is better.
Well, and the smoothness and the stutters are gone.
Yep.
The input lag is gone. The machine is extremely responsive. And there's no chart that will show that to you.
Nope.
So the reason we're making this Byte Size Tech and the reason we're talking about this is to simply sort of make the point that yes, an RX 6800 XT on an i9 9900K is fine. But it could be better. And a Ryzen 9 5900X or an i9 12900K or an i7 12700K will be noticed. It just won't be noticed in your average frame rate, and it won't necessarily be noticed in pretty bar graphs. But it's not a waste of money, especially if you can afford $1,000+ GPUs. There you go.
There you go.
See if anybody's actually left a comment here on the tweet book while we've been talking.
3847.
So, I heard 6 cores is all you need for gaming. Sure, if you're playing solitaire. To be fair, no, dude. That would be a big, fat, negative, Ghost Rider.
It's totally missing.
The smoothness is not from the IPC, which is minor between a 9900K and a Zen 3 CPU. Those cores and the 70 megabytes of on-chip cache really do matter. Everybody freaking thinks they're a bloody expert. You know, I make these comments, and I think a lot of people don't realize this. I have spent hours upon hours upon hours.
Hundreds of hours.
Using a Ryzen 5, a Ryzen 7, and a Ryzen 9. An i5, an i7, and an i9. Not just running built-in benchmarks with scripts. And unfortunately, too many benchmarkers just have automated scripts. In fact, Linus, 6 days ago, Linus from Linus Tech Tips, he's building a new lab. He made a big deal about it, did a big announcement video, and he talked about wanting to develop his tools to run more automated benchmarks. Now, there's value in that in some respects, but if the computer just tests games and test applications over and over while you're not sitting there, there's something missing in the experience beyond just a score, which is fine. But there's a real danger that all you end up with is some numbers in an Excel spreadsheet and you don't actually use any of it.
We don't get the feel of it.
The difference between a Ryzen 7 and a Ryzen 9 is not going to be apparent in a frame rate counter. But it is there. Maybe it was due to a fresh install.
I think it's
yes,
cache.
the on-chip cache does help. It's an underrated feature of the Ryzen 9 CPUs that really shouldn't be ignored.
Hey, he's got a benchmark if he's got a clean install.
So
We never got an answer from him from the 4 cores is enough video with the weird benchmark numbers, did we? Remember, Linus, you reached out? There was that weird video with the weird numbers.
no, to be honest, and that might be why he's doing this new lab and hiring some new people. With all due respect, I have great respect for Linus's business acumen. I have respect for his growth as a company. I have respect for his hard work. I have respect for the team that he's built, for the content they put out. Their actual tech reviews have been crap for a long time. They used to be good. But if you look at their CPU and GPU reviews, they're awful. I'm sorry. If any of you are watching that stuff for actual benchmark information, you are totally on the wrong channel. And I mean that with all due respect, because I like Linus personally. But his channel has just become a pure entertainment goofball channel. It's like you wouldn't watch Mr. Beast for house cleaning tips.
Like how to wreck your house.
How to wreck your house. That doesn't make Mr. Beast's channel bad.
No.
I find it occasionally entertaining. It's a little bit juvenile for my taste, but I'm not in his age demographic. I understand that. But Linus grew big by appealing to that entertainment goofball demographic instead of serious tech videos.
Yep.
He may be wanting to return to that somewhat because I think he's gotten tired of the goofball nonsense because it gets repetitive.
Yep.
And so maybe with this new lab, he goes to that. But I would caution him, you have to actually use stuff and play with it and get a user experience feel. That would be like buying a car based solely on its 0 to 60 time. There's so much more to cars than that. Subjective reviews do matter.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It's like
Anyway.
buying a house just off of pictures and not worrying about the community or the schools or the shops or the neighbors or anything else.
Oh, I feel old. I used to say the same about 6-core gaming like 7 years ago. Went to 6 cores in 2016 myself and never looked back. Itching to get to 16 now myself. Soon.
And if you were itching, you would already do it.
By the way, you see that little TM I put right there?
Too much information.
That's trademark.
Yes,
Soon.
I know.
But for people who are curious how to do that, hold down the Alt key on your keyboard, and on your number pad, doesn't work on the top numbers, 013. So if you hold down Alt and you hit 0153, I said 013. 0153 makes a trademark symbol. 0151 makes a long bar. There's all sorts of alt codes that you can make copyright symbols and register and all that other stuff. That's how you make the trademark symbol.
Have to Google it. Good evening from Greece. Opa!
Actually, fun fact, if you want to find out the alt codes for your character set, hit start and type in character map in Windows. And as you go through the character map and you select the characters, the alt code is printed on the bottom of the screen. So click on the symbol that you want, and that way you can find the alt. That's how you get the alt codes.
There you go.
And I don't think character map in Windows has been updated in 20 years.
20 years?
I think it's still from Windows XP.
Oh, there we go.
There's so much retro code in there. It's disgusting. Oh, Solitaire is the best.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Truth. You guys are hilarious.
Oh, here we go. Everybody learnt some new skills. Looks over at Tenless keyboard.
Why would you have a tenless keyboard? Those are stupid.
Well, I don't know.
Oh, look, people are doing the TMs.
Yeah, they are. They learnt something. All right, we need to thank...
Hang on a second. Read this one.
Upgraded to a 5900X and 32 gigs of 3600 RAM, paired with a 3080 for the Win 3, is night and day difference in the overall smoothness of my PC now. Was using a 3600X, 16 gigs of 3200 before, and always seemed to stutter or be slow in some games or heavier usage.
I'm not crazy, people.
Yep.
Really. It's... I want to get the Verizon guy on the phone and go, can you hear me now?
Doesn't work on the iPad? Oh.
Well, iPads it's Apple.
iPads are Apple. Yeah, even a 60% won't work. Yeah, you're missing a few things. Yeah, we did. We did end it. I think I said a time.
Time for what?
Ending the BST.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Usually when we pause, I actually said an end time. That's all right. Just put 47:33 and then we'll figure it out. Eric, thank you. He says, Tech and Rogue, y'all saved me a bundle. And he's 11-month gold member, so thank you so much for direct support. Have a happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Well, thanks so much, Eric. You too, mate. Hope you have a good turkey or ham or whatever you're going to eat. Lucky, we're getting to your super chat, mate. It's called Patience. Doesn't work with the Surface Duo either.
So...
Oh, yeah.
I have two Ryzen 7 5800Xs here in the office.
Mm-hmm. We do.
The difference between a 5800X and a 5900X is real. I don't know what to say to people who just want to argue the point. I mean, I will at least respect it if somebody comes to me and says, okay, I have both CPUs and I played with them and here's my experience. Fair play. But 99+% of everybody who says, I don't think there's going to be a difference there. Really? Have you used both? Well, no, but I don't think so. Why? Because you read Reddit comments and you watched other YouTube videos? I think people confuse the difference between trash and will see a difference. I am not calling a Ryzen 7 5800X trash. I'm saying that if you're the kind of user who wants a 3080 or 3090 or 6800 XT, you have a nice monitor, you're playing the latest AAA games, you are a demanding user. I'm not saying people with GTX 1660 Supers need Ryzen 9s. That's not the point. I'm saying the kind of people who buy $1,000 to $2,000 video cards, who build premium top-end machines, those are the people who will most definitely notice the difference going from Ryzen 7 to Ryzen 9. Not all users, just those users.
Yeah. Use case. I mean, it just, the other thing we see a lot is, what CPU should I pair with a 3080? Or what GPU should I pair with a 2700K? It's kind of like, that's the wrong question. The question should be, what's your use case, and buy to that use case. The whole thing's just cattywampus. Everyone needs a whole brain transplant.
How many of you have a Visa card that pays you up to 8% on every purchase? Crypto.com offers an amazing deal on their Visa card with cashback that is an unbeatable deal. No annual fee, no sign-up fee, no credit checks, no interest payments. It works just like a prepaid debit card, allowing you to spend your money anywhere Visa is accepted. But wait, there's more! Get your Spotify, Netflix, and Amazon Prime subscriptions 100% paid for by Crypto.com. You heard me right. Use your new Crypto Visa card to pay for your subscriptions and get 100% back in rewards. Earning 8% on your new Visa card is awesome, but how would you like to earn up to 14% interest on your crypto holdings? If you're holding crypto for investment, inflation protection, or price speculation, it can be frustrating to feel like your money is just parked. Yes, you really can earn up to 14% annual interest on your crypto, paid weekly directly to your account to spend however you like. The interest is paid in the same token that you're holding. So if you have Bitcoin staked, you earn Bitcoin. If you have Ethereum staked, you earn Ethereum, and so on. Flexible terms are offered, including zero lock, so you can withdraw your crypto anytime you like without restrictions. Or you can hold for 1 or 3 month terms for a higher rate of return. Of course, you can buy, sell, and exchange 100 plus cryptocurrencies with 20 plus fiat currencies using bank transfers or your credit and debit card at true cost. Crypto.com is first and foremost a crypto exchange. There is so much more to explore. I have barely scratched the surface. DeFi features including a private wallet with full control of your private keys, margin and derivatives trading options for advanced traders. If you're looking for the place to be in crypto, use our link in the video description below to sign up today. You'll get a $25 crypto sign-up bonus and 30 days of 0% transaction fees on credit and debit card purchases of crypto. It supports the channel and it gets you a great offer to get started in the world of crypto.